Hello, welcome back. Right, we're going to record a title Tuesday. Hopefully things will go well. So it's his usual strong field. So yeah, good luck to me. Let's see what happens, right? So very strong field. We haven't got people like Magnus Carlsen playing or Hikaru Nakamura as they are playing in Norway chess. I think Nakamura's leading, but I'm not certain. He's been doing very well lately, Nakamura. I feel like he's kind of got a point to prove. I'm not sure he's so much better than everybody else. Outside of Magnus Carlsen, but he's certainly up there anyway with the best players in the world, so that's interesting. And obviously everybody's predicting the kids will take over very shortly, but the older guys are also very strong. Our first game is against Dava Harster seems to be from somewhere like Slovakia. I'm not great on names. Remember this. Can I go here? Yeah. So A3 played. B05. G8. Also trade here, right? Bit trade is an option. I want to go here. I guess he's got bishop e3 now, which is kind of annoying. Let's go bishop there, rook e8. Probably bring the knight to e4 if I can. Yeah, knight e4 looks logical to try and gain some space. Wow, that move I missed. Yeah, it's a kind of annoying move. Okay, drop the bishop back. Yeah, I played that quite well. Can I get away with knight f6? I feel like if I take, he's might go knight d2. No, knight d2 does knight d4, right? As knight h4, which is kind of annoying. Knight h4, bishop e4. Wow. So if I trade now, there's also a bishop e4 here. Actually, I don't know if it's any good. I'm just going to play it. You can take and go knight c4 sometimes, actually, or just go knight c4. If he takes knight c4, then maybe knight d5 is the move, because bishop d6 is b5, right? There's also rook e6. I take on d1. Yeah, probably knight d5. I think he wins a pawn on d6. Although it's not 100% clear. Probably end up playing a worse move than that. I could keep the tension with queen d7. It kind of looks a bit weird. Okay, I'm going to go there, but I'm even going to lose a pawn. I feel there's tactics here, so I'm not sure it's that clear. In fact, it's queen e6 at the end because I hit b3. So if he takes on d5, takes on e8, takes on e8, takes on d6, takes on d6. Bishop d6, there was queen e6 at the end, double attack. But none of that happened because he played a move I wasn't expecting him to play. It's queen f6 here, maybe. Tactically, that looks dubious. But difficult position to calculate because there's so much going on. I mean, you know, very easy to blunder here for both sides, I would imagine. Okay, I feel I need to play the next few moves quite quickly to try and get a bit of a lead on the clock. Okay, again, he's playing very aggressively. Can't really take on F. I could go Rook D8. I could also take on C5 actually. His idea is if I take, but I can take and go Rook D8. I think. Not Bishop C5 because of Rook E4. There's also Knight C3 actually. Take, Knight C3, Queen D2, Rook D8. I'm gonna go here. I wouldn't be surprised if this is some sort of blunder. He's also got Knight E5 sometimes. Not really quite work, I don't think. Okay, so I'm threatening this. Okay, that move I wasn't expecting at all. So if Knight C3, he could take Knight E4, Rook D1, Knight C3. So I think Knight C3 works actually. So I'm going to try that. Oh, he's got Knight E4, which I missed completely. Oh, but then Knight E4, I suppose. Yeah, I go Knight E4 and then take on G3, I guess. Should be doing well. Yeah, I think he has to go Queen C2. He takes with the... Oh, he can take with the rook, so I missed this completely. Okay, there's this. Okay, again, there's like Rook E4 here, but Rook E4, Queen G1. So I'm pretty... Okay, but take here, he takes here, but then there's Queen D2, right? So I do have a move in hand. Okay, here. Not easy to defend. It's got Rook D. No, Rook D1 doesn't work. So Queen E3. Maybe Rook E8. So Rook F3 is Rook E1. And then of course he'll try H4. No, he didn't try H4, surprisingly. Okay, I'm going to trade. Do I have to trade? I don't have to trade. I'm going to trade. Let's go Rook F3, only move, yeah. That should be a lot better here. He wants to go H4. I'll try and ring the king. Yeah, it's still not easy to win this, right? Do I want to go H5? I'm going to go G5, just shut the king in permanently. Okay, he got some time, so that was good. Wasn't a very convincing game. What was the review of that game? Didn't play with a great deal of accuracy actually. There were a few blunders in Knight D5 was not great. Yeah, I wasn't sure about this position. I thought, actually I'm already better, says I should take. I mean, it's not a terrible, again it's a mistake, but so sort of later on I didn't see it when I didn't even see that I could regain the pawn when I went Knight E5, but I saw later on that if he takes Bishop D6 is Queen E6. It might also be Rook D8, I don't know, but yeah, so that's when it started going wrong, and I probably should have made more out of this because I'm a lot better. Queen D6 is the best move. I mean, so that's such a mistake, and the reason it's a mistake is because I guess because somehow I'm exchanging pieces, which makes it easier for him to defend later. So if I go Queen D6 and take, then he really has a very very bad position. But yeah, that's I'm not even sure I'd see that I probably would see that in a real game, but whether I'd play it, that's another question. Yeah, this is like more straightforward what I did. And it's just it's the kind of position you want at blitz, to be honest, because there was Bishop G3, which I missed completely. Wow, that's a beautiful move actually. It's a beautiful move. Yeah, probably if it was somebody else's game I would have seen that. I was seeing tactics like that when I was doing the commentary. Okay, so let's go back to the tournament, get rid of that. Round 2 will be coming up soon. Will I play someone higher rate than me? Possibly not yet. Maybe round 3 or round 4. But it's such a strong tournament. So we can play even without the... This is the thing with chess now. Is the standards in chess are just going up and up. And, there's just more and more people coming into chess. And these guys like, Duda, they're not going away. They're hanging around anyway. Big Fish, which is a Russian guy, ex-Russian. I think he's very anti... Who's that guy again? What's his name? I keep forgetting that guy's name. Fedoseev, right? I think he was very anti kind of Putin and all that war sort of stuff. But Nepomniachtchi, who's still like based in Russia, I believe. Well, probably doesn't live in Russia actually. I think he might live somewhere like... I don't know where he lives actually. But yeah, so yeah, you got all those guys that are hanging around. Azeri Chess, who's like very strong. Mamajarov, Iranian. But then you get younger players coming into the game as well. So I'm playing another FM. Good luck to Akshay 2800. Akashefi, never heard of him. He's Iranian, I believe. So there's lots of sport coming up. Wimbledon is coming up in July. Or end of June, beginning of July, I believe. Possibly just the whole of June, I think. I think it's the whole of June. That it's on. And of course, there's Euros, right? I mean, I was walking around Newcastle yesterday, and I bumped into some sort of like drunk people who were like shouting, and yeah, that's decent. Maybe I can take and go here. It's very solid for both sides, this. Yeah, I'm going to go here because the idea is if he takes, I take the pawn. If he takes, maybe I could argue that I'm getting the G file opened. This might help me. I think he'd take back the pawn, to be honest. Because I probably should have gone knight e5 the previous move. My move order was inaccurate. You didn't need castle there. My king was not in any danger. Stupid move. You just got knight e5. And now knight e5 is quite... Also I could take actually. That feels like an inaccurate move because I can take now. Because he has to take back with the pawn. And then you just go knight h4. I should be better now because knight f5, bishop f5 sometimes, maybe it's not that much. He might well take actually because he might be tactically worried about knight f5. So if knight f5 here, I think he'll get a clearly better position. He's got queen c7. I think he has to take, right? Because otherwise, queen e6, yeah, so he has to take. So now I'm threatening like queen c2. Well, queen d1 might be a threat. So yeah, he has to go king h8. Okay, so I'm going to start with g3. So my plan is to bring the rook to e1 and go e4. This is my plan. I might even do that here. If rook g5, then e4, and go for the attack. Very simple. Sometimes you just want to play the most simple plan. It looks very good for white actually, this position. His pawn structure is very bad. Okay, I don't need to go for knight d5 ideas. So now I'm threatening take. I mean, taking on f5 looks desperate. I don't think he'll do that, but he might consider it. Yeah, rook e4 looks good for me now. There's also bishop e4. There's also rook e4, queen f8. I think rook e4 is strong. In general, his position is very bad for him. Yeah, there's rook e8 and queen c2, for example, where he's stuck in a horrible pin. Well, he might try bishop g3, but I don't think that's going to work. Oh, he's got rook g8. So now I'm threatening this. I don't think he can go c5. Maybe he can get away with c5. It's also bringing a rook into the game. It's very strong. I don't think the sacrifices work. Yeah, so this is a critical move. There's bishop h7. There's knight d5. He goes queen c6. Oh, there's also rook c8. There might be a weird queen trap with rook c8, queen e7, knight d5. I could even throw in rook check first. Rook check, king h6. Queen e4 is very interesting. Threatening queen h4. No, sorry, I'm talking. I could start with queen e4 because then I'm threatening that. So I might start with queen e4. So now I'm threatening rook g8, queen h4, and then mate. Let's just centralise the queen. Yeah, so I think rook g8, king there, queen there's mate, right? Oh, for fuck's sakes, what am I doing? An absolute muppet. Oh my god. Oh my god, what am I doing? What an absolute cretin. Jesus fucking Christ. I can't believe I've spoiled this game. I feel suicidal now. I don't believe I've done that. I just don't believe that. Just don't believe that. It's just horrendous. It's unbelievable. Unfucking believable. What have I done? What have I done to my beautiful position? I mean, it's unfucking real what I've done here. Yep. Total command of this game. Total command. So sad what I've done to this. Oh, what? The problem is they get increment, so once I've gone wrong like this, it's just hopeless. I mean, I just blundered. Like, it's ridiculous blunder what I did there. I mean, you couldn't get a more winning position. So I had the right idea in mind. I mean, I don't even need a computer to tell me, like, where I went wrong there. Just get rid of this stupid fucking evaluation. Yeah, the problem was I just calculated a variation with bishop h7 and then forgot that you need to go bishop h7 before you go rook g8. I mean, it's just horrendous. You cannot fail to win this position. I'm up on time. It's really frustrating when you do stupid shit like that. I mean, pretty much, yeah, what I said rook c8 initially was a nice queen trap because he can't go queen e7 because of knight d5. So he's got to go like queen b6 or queen a5, but that looks really bad. But just the fact that I'm not seeing a rook g8. So I could, like, queen e4 was probably okay. And then even there, after he took, I could have gone knight e5. Very strong for white. So I pretty much played it well up to, I think e4, if you analyse the position. Yeah, I played all the good moves. That's so frustrating. It was a great chance to get up there. Really shocking blunder. This is what lets me down, to be honest. I mean, even the last title Tuesday I played, I was doing well against Bjorknik and made a shocking blunder. So maybe it's in my kind of, you know, I don't know why I keep making these silly blunders, but yeah, I mean, this position already winning for white. He's gone wrong. It's completely winning. And rook e1 was good. Yeah, just knight e5. So all these moves are probably the best. Like, what does it say actually? Yeah, queen c2 is best. Yeah, rook c8, that's what I said, was probably simplest, right? But this is also, you just knight d5 and then you just start winning. Yeah, it's really like horrendous. But I'm not going to rage quit because I'm a geezer. You know, I don't rage quit. I can still come back and do something this tournament. But it's depressing because it's also, you know, that you can't afford, if you want to have a good tournament, you can't afford to drop points early on. Not when you're totally winning. So that was a bad game anyway. Well, not a bad game. I felt like I played well. It's just a bad result because of the stupid blunder. And then, of course, at the end, if he hasn't got increment, I might have won it anyway. But he's always got that time. He came up with a good move at the end, which was which I missed, which was queen f5, and it was Schwartz queens. Okay, obvious move, but maybe not so obvious when you haven't got any time. But yeah, depressing. I don't think I'm going to bounce back from that, but let's find out. Shima's stream. Bogdan Diaz. I keep forgetting who Shima's stream is. Oh, Shimanov. Yeah, that's a Russian GM. I think somebody was flagged up as being maybe a little bit suspicious, right? By certain people. Bogdan Diaz is a Romanian guy. I played him in Isle of Man a few years ago. He seemed a bit arrogant to me, just the way he beat me. So I drew with Lecco the day before, and I was really on a high, and then I played that game, and I just played an awful game against him, and got crushed horribly. But he was obviously very strong, just the way he played the moves. Okay, now I've got Josephine Hyman. That's a very strong German player, actually. So, having lost, I've now got a tough pairing. Okay, good luck to Josephine Hyman. Let's see what her theory is like. Oh no, she's playing the C3 Sicilian. Well, we're going to go here. Played sort of like a little bit like a French defence, this line. Aha, yeah, that's a good move. Theoretical move, I think. I can go there, but this does allow knight c4, but yeah, it's not ideal. I remember the theory. Do you remember the theory here? I could even take, I think, right? Probably it's going to take with a pawn. Looks the most logical. If I go bishop e4, bishop d2, trade, it's a bit boring, that position. Maybe I need to do that anyway. Okay, if b5, let's try b5. If knight e3, I go to h5 and then try bishop b7. Don't like this position, but this a4, which is a very annoying move. But a4, bishop b7. The idea of rupturing the pawns. At some point, she might go bishop e2. That move I missed completely. I think she wants bishop e4, but Wow, so just took there, surprises. Queen d5, rook e1 he wants, or what? Or queen f4? Or knight g5, I don't quite get this whole idea. Oh, there's queen c2. Okay, so it's just kind of a little bit playing for tricks. But they're quite good tricks. So we'll start with this move, so it's solid enough. If he moves a queen, I might even go back actually. Rook e1 is also possible. Rook e1 might be the most likely move. Rook e1, bishop b7, not too worried. Probably bishop b7, rook e5. Oh, there's also queen a2. Okay, so she's setting up, well, obvious tactics. Okay, queen h5. So I want to go here. There is bishop e4 actually, weirdly enough. But you kind of don't want to swap. Yeah, it's an impressive decision actually. Because you kind of, your gut instinct is not to exchange pieces when you're material down, but I could take and move the rook. Where'd I move the rook to? Let's say rook b8. Threatening bishop b7. Let's just trade. Okay, maybe still go queen e5 and go for like a endgame. I'm not sure what's happening there. Queen e5, trade. Can't go bishop b7 because of knight d7. So I'm kind of forced to, yeah. But now bishop e7. So knight e5 now is obvious. But that move I didn't expect either. Okay, so if I trade, he's going to go for the ending, and a6 is weak, right? What happens if I exchange a pair of rooks? Aha, but then you can take and go queen c7. Right, so this is not non-obvious. Rook c8 maybe. Turning rook c4, we'll get some pressure. Yeah, tough game this one as well. It should be like a spread on when am I going to blunder, right? When's the next Gorn blunder coming? When is he next going to blunder? You know, come along, see his next blunder. So this is why I wanted to play stuff with rook g4, but maybe it doesn't quite work. I mean, he's always got like rook d8 ideas. Bishop d5 is probably a good move here. I'm not really worried about this pawn. I'll just go rook g4 and attack her. Because you can take that pawn, is true. Ah, but she's blocked out the mate. It's frigging read my mind. It's very annoying. Okay, again, yeah, I really need to throw in that h6 to avoid anything disastrous happening. Rook a6, rook takes. Okay, that move I missed as well. I could take. I think I'm going to take there. There's check. There's taking on a2 as an option. I'm walking into b3. Stupid move. Yeah, I thought it was fucking. Does he do that? Okay, there's check and bishop b1. Is that loose? Guess we'll soon find out. There's knight e4, but then there's queen c2. Don't like this. This has gone wrong. To go here, right? Maybe queen f1 was better. There's knight c3. There's also knight c5. Yep. So I kind of want to move this queen somewhere so that I can release the bishop. It's probably going to take the pawn. Yeah, so let's say, okay, now I can come back. Threatening the mate. If f3 bishop back, he's got knight b4. c7, fucking hell. How does he keep coming out with these moves? Fuck's sakes. Okay, queen f5. Hope that's not a blunder. It's probably going to end in a draw now. It might even be a little bit worse. Yeah, let's activate the rook. Right, yeah, I definitely am a bit worse now. Starting to crack up. Okay, let's just act right. Right, okay, it's threatening this. I got P5. He just sees everything, this person. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Okay, it's Queen D2, but then... Right, yeah. King G6 maybe? Threaten this. Oh, now I've done to this. Jesus. I can't even do that. I'll get mated. That was just pure luck. Very poor game. I should have lost that on several occasions. I mean, I was doing well, but then I got horribly outplayed. And obviously, she was totally weird. She could have gone Rook D6 at some point. Yeah, here Rook D6 is game over. So that was a very lucky win. Not quality. So the last... No, I don't want to withdraw. So that was a mistake. The last game was a decent game and I lost, and this game was a terrible game and I won. I mean, that's just chess for you, right? It's just a stupid game at times. Right, so... But yeah, that wasn't good enough. I mean, it's quite hard to commentate and play as well, I find. I mean, if I want to use an excuse, that is an excuse. I mean, it's fair play to people like Nakamura. I guess they're more used to it as well. That he can stream... You know, makes you wonder what level he'd play at if he never bothered to stream. I mean, it might help in some ways. I think it probably helps because you relieve in the stress by talking about the positions and everything. But that was, yeah. Where did I go wrong in that game? You're not allowed to have an analysis. I think the next round's about to start. How do I get back to that tournament? I want to get rid of this. All these stupid things keep coming up. How do I get back to the tournament? What? Okay, play. Players. Well, how do I get back to the tournament? This is ridiculous. I can't even get back to the tournament. Maybe I withdrew from the tournament by mistake. What the fuck? Stupid fucking thing. Right, here we go. Why is it taking me away from this tournament? Oh, here we are. What the fuck? Stupid fucking thing. It keeps taking me away from this. I don't understand what's happening here. Because I get these stupid... Right, here we go. You've detected offline when the current tournament round started and have received a 0 point bar. You would be paired for future rounds. See, what is the fucking point, right? It's just a fucking joke. What do you mean I got 0 point bar? Is online? It's because I was basically offline. Was because I open up a new tab. But I mean, it's stupid. These stupid notifications keep coming up, which are basically taking me away from where I was before. Oh, it's ridiculous. Right, so I have to wait. So basically I've got a big wait now because I've got to wait for this round to finish and then I go to round 5 and now I've already got like 2 out of 4, which is great. Yeah, wonderful. So I get a 0 point buy. Don't even give me a half point buy. Thank you, chess.com. I don't really... Can you even view the games? Maybe you can view the games. Yeah, I don't really care anyway. Like, I just... If I can be bothered, you know, let's have a look at the game, right? Try and predict the moves. Is white to play? I don't really care. Rookie 1. Take on c6 as queen c4, right? What do people think of the whole situation in chess at the moment? Ding. A lot of people going on about Ding a lot, and he admitted to having depression. Let's get rid of that game. He admitted to having depression. I feel depressed after that start. Got 0 point by, blundered away to one position. It's all been drama. Top Tuesday all seems to be drama. But yeah, he admitted to having depression. He won the world title. In a way, similar to Bobby Fischer, right? Because Bobby Fischer won the world title, and then he suffered mental problems really after he became world champion. Probably before then, rather than, you know. So he was like a famous example of somebody who felt like he'd achieved what he set out to achieve, and then the internal pressure that he placed upon himself was so great that he decided to step away from the whole world championship scene. The whole thing about playing high level tournaments must have been a huge thing to step away from, because, you know, he was a great player. He was a truly great player, right? Very tragic in a way for chess, you know, in a chess sense. It's very tragic that Bobby Fischer stopped playing. Now, if you compare that situation to Ding, Ding is still playing tournaments, so, you know, it's a positive that Ding is still playing. He's not. He knows he's not 100%. He's still giving it a go. It's a fair play. So I think people are knocking him unnecessarily, and they're too concerned about Ding. I don't think people need to be that concerned about Ding. He's a fantastic player. He drew yesterday. That was a good result. He was black. He drew. And I think, in a way, that match with Nepo was a really, really tough match. And the way I would look at it, you know, people always look to say, you know, I've always followed horse racing. Cheltenham Gold Cup is a good example. You've had horses that were fantastic, winners of the Gold Cup, but they never were quite the same after that. And actually, Magnus kind of suggests this as well. He says that, you know, Ding hasn't really recovered from winning a world championship. It's the same thing, you know, like horses, you know, like Denman in the 2008 Cheltenham Gold Cup. Funnily enough, Harry Finlay, the owner of Denman, was randomly sitting behind me in a train from Newton Abbot a few weeks ago. So Denman was a fantastic racehorse, right? Actually, I better go to it. Yeah, so it was never quite the same after that. Even though it came back after that, he still won a Hennessy. It was placed in a Gold Cup behind Imperial Commander. It was probably never quite the same horse, quite as dominant as it was. You know, so it leaves a mark, right? And it's psychologically, how do you recover from that? Because you've got to the top. You know, you have to process that. And you get to a point where, actually, I'm fed up with playing crap. Eventually, Dean will get to a point where he'll be like, I'm fed up with playing crap. Yeah, I'm over that. Yeah, I won a world championship, big deal. I process it now. Let's go on and do something else. Let's achieve something else. I've got the motivation to achieve something else now. You know, but until he gets to that state, people are going to keep bashing him, which I don't think is the right thing to do. It's tough now because I think, you know, even if these guys are playing really well, these people like Dean, even in a top form, you got these juniors now coming through like Gukesh, Pragananda, who else? Obviously, Abdu Sattarov would be an example. Hans Niemann's younger players seems to be playing a lot, doing well. Who else have we got? Vincent Keimer. There's even younger players like Bod Hanna and Faustina Oro, who, like younger generation, are going to be very strong in 4 or 5 years' time. I would say maybe even sooner than that. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if I've said this many times. It wouldn't surprise me if there's a world champion who's like 14 years of age. So, you know, even if these guys like Magnus and Ding get a skittle on, they're not necessarily going to be dominating like they were like 4 or 5 years ago. You know, 4 or 5 years ago, I think you could say, well, it was basically, you know, Magnus, it was clear. But then after that, it was clear that it was Ding and Caruana who were like, you know, clear of everyone else. Whereas I don't think that's going to be the case in the future because of this younger generation who are coming up and so strong. Eragazzi is another guy I forgot to mention, actually. He's been doing really well lately. Probably many others I forgot to mention. It's another interesting question. Who is going to be the strongest Indian player out of Pragananda? I should become a chess journalist. I've got so many different ideas of what to talk about. Right, Pragananda. Who are the guys again? Pragananda and yeah, I suppose the big three. I mean, there's others. There's probably even people even younger than that, right? That we don't know about yet. But there's people like Sadwani, who's sort of maybe not quite at that level. Nilhai Seren, who seems to have kind of not done much recently. But yeah, the big three are Gukesh, Pragananda and Eragazzi. Now, I think normally you would say, well, Gukesh is going to be the best out of those three because he just won the candidates. But, well, you know, Pragananda also did amazingly well at Norway chess. So it's very hard to say, actually, who's going to be like the best, even just out of those three in India. But I think what is really helpful is the fact that they all work, probably a lot of them work together. You know, they share ideas, they train together. That's a massive advantage. You know, when you got that kind of level of competition, you know, just internally within your own country for who's the best, that's a huge advantage. It's really going to propel them forward in the future. And we don't really have that in England, I think. I said we've got people like Shreyas Royal and Bod Hanna, but I think they're kind of like, you know, they're kind of on their own really, and they're kind of. It could well be that at some point they might plateau a bit and then other people might catch them up. Yeah, you've got other good juniors. We've got people like Stanley Badasconi. We've got Jude Shearsby. You know, we've got good younger players. Even people like Marcus Harvey, who's a little bit older. But, yeah, Ravi Haria, Daniel Fernandez. Amit Gartzi. But out of really like Harry Grieve, but you know Jonah Winnow, but out of really younger ones, like who's going to be like a world class player in the future? You'd probably say Shreyas Royal, and then Bod Hanna, or maybe Bod Hanna would be number one, probably a number one prospect. But you know the fact that she's a girl is also maybe a slight disadvantage in a way because I think. Girls don't always stick with chess. I know it sounds a bit sexist, but I think they're not quite as, you know, relentlessly obsessive personality-wise as male players. So they might not necessarily train on as well. That's just word of warning. But I do think Bod Hanna is a bit of a genius. You know, watching her games the other day, I felt like she had something really, really special. So I think she could be something really seriously special and potentially be up there with the very best male players in the future, not just trying to become a women's world champion, but trying to do something serious, you know, like Judith Polgar was able to do as well. So yeah, it's an exciting period for chess, I would say. But still waiting on this next round. But yeah, the whole Bobby Fischer situation was interesting because keep going back to that, but I think he was a fascinating figure because he kind of showed the kind of paradox at the heart of chess. And Ding said it himself, that he's not able to do anything else. That once you become so dedicated to that life of being a chess professional, it's hard to then completely, especially when you've been playing at such a high level. I'm not a player who's played, in the top 10 in the world, who's played for world championships or anything like that. But I myself still find it hard to completely, retrain and do something else. Bobby Fischer, was never going to get a job after he won the World Chess Championship. He was never going to get a job as sort of like a, bus conductor or, he used to go down the library a lot. He used to go down the library, read a lot of these history books. And I was having a chat the other day with somebody, put the YouTube video up, and Mark Hannon, and he knows a lot about Bobby Fischer. He said Bobby Fischer used to drink his favourite beer when he was playing. When he was at the library, he used to have like his favourite beer. Not when he was playing. He never used to drink when he was playing. But I didn't realise actually that Bobby was a bit of a drinker. But yeah, he was a truly great player. So it's kind of tragic in a way that he didn't continue playing after 1972. We've had all these amazing games with Karpov and Kasparov, Korchnoi when Korchnoi became strong, Timon. We never got that. We could have had an amazing. We had an amazing era anyway in the 70s, 80s. Anyway, of chess. It was an amazing era going into the early 90s. Then you had all these other people coming through like Kramnik, Shirov, Adams, Polgar, Kamsky, Ivanchuk, Gelfand, Peter Lecco. But, Topalov, Barayev. So it was an amazing era after that. And then, of course, then we went on to the era of Magnus. But, yeah, we'd have had an amazing era with Bobby Fischer if he'd have stuck around into the 1970s and 1980s. It could have been something like really special, seeing him duel with people like Karpov and Kasparov. But that never happened. It would have been happening in an alternative universe. Do you think actually when Kasparov won the world title was 1985, right? Bobby Fischer was born in 43, so he would have only been 42. He would not have been an old man by any means. He would have really been almost in his prime. And, could have had some amazing battles with Kasparov. Scary to think about it, really, but yeah. Anyway, we're still waiting on this round. It just goes on so long. Charlie Story was talking on Facebook about how he's put on one of these fair play checks. I'd feel very uncomfortable to do that. I was asked to put on one, but I ended up withdrawing, which obviously looks dodgy because then they probably think, well, he's withdrawing because he. But honestly, I think it's very hard to win a cash prize in Title Tuesday. This is probably like the best chance you're going to get because you haven't got people like Nakamura playing and Magnus. They're not playing. There's no Prague. All these people are missing. But it's still incredibly difficult because there are 3,000 players, right? So it's very, very tough to win a prize in Title Tuesday. So whether I'd feel comfortable sitting there, you kind of feel like a naughty schoolboy. You're having to play an entire tournament on Zoom. I would just feel very comfortable about that, to be honest. I don't mind if everybody else is doing it, but I don't like the fact that I've been singled out, to play on a Zoom call, right? So what? Next round started soon. I'm joined. It's just a ridiculously long time chat. Vakidov I played before. He's a good player. Very high blitz rate as well. Yeah, he drew with Magnus, I think, in the World Rapid Play last year. I think Magnus did a double, right? And that was in Uzbekistan as well. I think that was in also it's like a home tournament for people like Vakidov. Samarkand or something, right? Like historic city of Uzbekistan. What's the capital of Uzbekistan? Should know this. Maybe it is Samarkand. No, I don't think it is. Capital of Uzbekistan, anyone? Capital of Don't remember. The capital of Kazakhstan is Astana. Kazakhstan is probably the largest. I think that's the largest landlocked country in the world, right? The capital is is it actually? Is it Tashkent? Or am I getting mixed up with someone else? There's also other kind of internal Soviet republics, right? There's Armenia, which is capital of Armenia is Yerevan. The capital of Azerbaijan is Baku. That's where Kasparov is from. The beast of Baku, right? So Baku is on the Caspian Sea. It's famous for oil. So a lot of oil industry there. The capital of Uzbekistan, yeah, it might be something like Tashkent, I think. What's the other? There's also, what other internal Soviet republics do we have? I'm trying to think of some others. I should be able to think of some others. Let me think on that. It's not easy. So who do people think will win the Euros anyway? Euro football coming up. I've got a feeling England might not win it. Right, okay, I've got Gilimbichets. Right, I'm gonna go E4 actually. Right, here we go. Good luck, Gilimbichets. Okay, he's gone there, right. Oh, he's gone for aggression. See, the problem is I don't analyse these variations, so I could well end up in trouble. I'm just going to go there and try and be tentative. But I might regret that decision. Might come back actually. I know that's not the best move, C3, but yeah, I just want to do something different. I mean, I'm reasonably happy to see that because I feel like I've got the two bishops. But yeah, he's still got aggressive stuff he can do, right? So how do I play this? Maybe I'll stick the queen on b3 and threaten an endgame. I don't mind an endgame here. Knight f6 is a good move. Maybe. No, he didn't want it. Okay, so now I'm going to bring the knight out and then try and threaten knight c4. I think he'll go knight f6. Wow, he just castled. So he wants to go f4 maybe if I castle. f4, bishop g4, king h8. There's queen e6 there, so maybe I can just about get away with that. Yeah, so this is what I was thinking, bishop. There's also knight e4, queen e4, bishop check, queen e8, bishop f4. Threatening rook e1. I think in that case you can go knight f6, rook e1, queen d7, right? So I'm going to try that line that I was thinking about before, queen e6. Because knight f6, I think I've got bishop f5, but then again, maybe not. I was alright for a while. I could smile for a while. And then I saw you last night. You held my hand so tight as you stopped to say goodbye. Oh, you wished me well. You couldn't tell that I've been crying over you, crying. So e3 now would be natural. Yeah, so take. So I could take on e3, right? What do I take with the knight or the bishop? If I take the bishop, a b5, he might fall for b5, bishop d7. So I'm just going to take the bishop, develop the bishop. Okay. So I've won a pawn. Now the conversion should be effortless with my technique. Okay, start rook e1, develop the rook. Well, you see, I was totally winning game before, like, you know, so yeah, so maybe rook f1 so that I can go rook f7. Rook f7, aha, so hang on, yeah, this is what I probably should have. There is knight d6 sometimes. So not, oh fuck. Is he really doing that, is he? This I did not see. Okay, rook f3, I've got to hit the bishop. Prophylaxis. Knight f5 doesn't work because the bishop f5, rook e1, rook f1, and if bishop h2 is king f2. So bishop h4, I've got g3, bishop e1, I've got king f1, for example. Not the only move. Or knight e5 is also good there, I think. So I think he'll probably come back to d6. But then I can comfortably trade, put rook on f7, and I'm a lot better. Yeah, so that was one possible move. So bishop g6 now doesn't work. There's bishop f1, bishop d3 check bishop f1 is interesting actually. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't allow him to activate just yet. Because I want him to like go here and then I can always go g3, which is a really move I wanna throw in. Okay, if he goes bishop d6, I'm probably going to go king f2. And then if rook b1, maybe a4. So start with this. And I'm going to go here. I'm going to go a. Do I go a4? Maybe a4, right? Then bishop d3. I've got all these moves at h4 I can throw in very quickly, right? Maybe start with king e2. Now I can start going rook f7 and really putting him under big pressure. Trade. And then start coming in rook f7, hoover him up. King f3, king's fairly safe here. Oh, he's got... The bishop e4 looks like a good move. Yeah, I misplayed this. Right here. Here. Okay, I managed to win that game. Who is this guy? I don't know who this is. Welcome to I'm Guillermo Baches, blending chess mastery with digital strategy, inspiring players and digital enthusiasts worldwide. He's got his own website. His bullet rating. Yeah, it feels like a familiar name, right? I don't know what his FIDE is. Okay, we move on. So we're now on an amazing score of 3 out of 5. There's people on 5 out of 5. Iranians on 4.5. So Iranian, I think, we were back in the early 2000s or mid 2000s to late 2000s, early 2010s was probably the main challenger to Carlsen, right? And of course you got Mamedjarov, who's very strong as well. Mamedjarov was like he was over 2800 at some point as well. Shield, I think I've got a vague idea. Who is this Shield guy? Is a Vokidov. There's a Vakidov and there's a Vokidov. Apparently this Vakidov, I wasn't aware that his dad also plays chess. His dad was like a very famous figure in Uzbekistani chess. I believe that's like a landlocked country, right? Uzbekistan, yeah. It's quite a lot mountainous. I could be wrong about that. Yeah, mention some right below. What are the other Soviet republics that I'm forgetting about? So we've also got Polish fighter. Let's do the. Salim Ayar, that's Middle Eastern GM. Yeah, big fish. I might even play the later one now. I'm annoyed now. This performance really. What's happened to me? I'm a little bit perplexed. The next round's about to start. Okay, I really need to, I mean, I haven't played that badly, other than that one loss. I didn't actually play badly in that game, ironically, as I mentioned. It was really the game after that I played badly, maybe as a reaction to what happened. I blundered in that game where I lost. And then, of course, I had that unfortunate 0-point bye. So I've been round the houses in this one. Yeah, Giri. Where's Giri? I thought Giri was up there, right? Oh, Giri, yeah. He's on 5 out of 5. Giri's been playing quite well in these title Tuesdays. I think he's been streaming some of them as well. Giri is like a really popular author on Chessable as well. As somebody was saying, one of the Chessable people, that he goes for all his own courses as well. He'll watch all his entire courses or just play through them on the Chessable Move Trainer. I think Chessable is one of the reasons why chess is so tough as well. In terms of it's so competitive now, it's so tough. Right, okay, I've got Dishonor on Your Cow. What a great name that is by WGM. That's probably wins the prize for best name, I would say. I don't know who this. Who is this? Don't know. Good luck. Right, I'm going to play solidly. Okay, maybe we could do this line. Yeah. Yep. We haven't really analysed this for a long time. Yeah, B4 is a good move, right? Maybe I can do this, but this just gets very sharp now. Okay, so what happens after E5? How bad is this? Like trade. Okay, I'm going to go here, but he does have F4, sorry. Yeah, F4 is annoying. Okay, I'm going to take the rook probably. What would she take with the rook actually? Oh, hang on, well, no. Okay, rook here. Yep, taking the pawn. So G6 you don't really want to play because it's kind of weakening, right? I might have to. Yes, he's outplayed me so far. It's quite an impressive game actually. This he's playing here. Can I get away with knight f6? Maybe, maybe not. Don't like this at all. Okay, she wants to maybe trade. The problem is like this diagonal is going to really cause me problems later on. So it's already getting quite a scary position. I think rook e6 is she's thinking about, but I'm not sure if she needs rook e6. Maybe, yeah, queen b2 is a good move probably. If knight g4 h3. Yeah, I played this very badly this game as well. Okay, that move I wasn't expecting, but it's probably not that bad. If queen h3, again she wants bishop c3, right? I kind of feel that might be a little bit of a mistake because of yeah. Oh, okay, he's just going for the trade, right? So what if I went b5 here? Is that just bad, is it? If I go b5, she's going to trade a take. Bishop takes. Oh, there's bishop f1 as well. I'm missing. Nasty. Okay, I'm going to take. Don't like it. Probably going to blunder in a minute. Aha, this is friend. Can't allow that. Okay, queen g4. Queen b2, I think I can get away. It's queen f3 here actually. Because you might have to go for the trade anyway, which is not a problem for her, but maybe I can hold that. Not a very inspiring game, has to be said. I was alright for a while. I could smile for a while. Because you kind of want to keep the queens on, right, as white in this position. But I don't think if she keeps queens on, she's any better anymore. I can always just go knight e4 and go for activity. She might even risk being worse. Oh wow, she took that. So I have to take the king, otherwise I get made. Okay, so she wants like queen e8. If I take, good queen e8. Let's just stop that. Oh god, I missed that move as well. That's bad. Fuck. Can I still make a draw? Like, okay, start with queen e3. Maybe I can't even make a draw, right? h5, she wants queen d8 or what? Maybe, yeah. A check? Is there any like check and queen f3 ideas? Or check and queen... Okay, I don't think I can afford to lose that with check. Oh, she's got check here. This is so bad. Playing like this, just like serious blunders. Stupid blunders by me. But I'm resourceful, maybe I'll survive. So bad. It's finding everything this player. Oh, I'm going to get mated again, right? Check. Yeah, she saw everything. Okay, this. Queen b8, queen d5. So I'm sort of doubting he's surviving, but I've got to give it a go. No, it might be okay actually. Yeah, check. Threatening the mate, is there no way to survive? Let's check. Wow. This move I missed. Yeah, I have to take a draw. Yeah, draw. Oh, it's a good result in the end. Certainly lost for many moves actually. And maybe I was even winning actually at some point later on because he really went horribly wrong. But King G3 was correct then, right? King H5. We'll go to G5 because he can always block the bishop later. It's quite a significant blunder actually, allowing my bishop in. I almost thought that was mate when I went Queen F5. I forgot he could go to D4. A very poor opening by me. I kind of got back into it, but Queen D2 and Queen D1 was just allowed to capture with check. It's hard to see actually, to be fair, when you got no time. Even there, it's saying better for white, right? So actually, you could have gone Queen E8 immediately. Just hang D3 because you're threatening Queen F8, mate. So Queen E8 was winning for her. So actually, Queen F3 was a big blunder. I should have gone something else. Anyway, poor game. Right, we carry on. We move on. You're not playing very well again, you know. So somehow I'm hanging on to a reasonably-ish rating. I feel like I probably should be playing every day. This is a problem. I'm not playing like consistently enough. I'm playing like some days. I might play 2 or 3 times a week. I think the top players, they're playing like all the time and they're always training. You know, they spend several hours a day on chess. So I'm kind of like inconsistent, you know, which is kind of really mirror of my whole career. Should be doing chess every single day. So it's round 6. Next round starting soon. Round 7. It's a long old slog this, right? So where am I? Where's the first? Let's find the English players. Who's the top English player? Probably I'm not the top English player, right? Don't think that many English players actually play in Title Tuesday, to be honest. Right, here we go. I've got Shovelov. So I'm white. Right. Though I had some success with E4 in the last game, so I'm going to try E4. I think I went E4 in that game. It was D5, right? So I'm going to do E4 again. I think he'll play Sicilian. Got a gut feeling he's going to play Sicilian. No, he's played French. Okay, we're going to knight E2. Yeah, so this is like the main line, right? Okay, so you're supposed to go here. Just come back here. You're supposed to take maybe. There's also C4 I think is an option here as well. I think you're just supposed to take there actually. Yes, if I take, I can regain the pawn easily enough, but also had a few problems against this line, like on both sides. Knight b5 is a move here. Okay, attack the knight. It's going to move the queen to d file. Queen d8, yeah. Queen a4, maybe queen a4 is an option, but he's got bishop d7. I want to put rook on d1 quickly. a6 he might well try. Yeah, that move I missed. Thank you very much. Okay, queen f4. a6, then rook d1 maybe. Oh, then knight d5, right? a6, knight c7. He's got bishop d6. Maybe a6 just knight c3 actually. Probably more sensible, right? Life is quite scary. You just know you're going to die, you know, at some point. It's quite a depressing thought, isn't it? And we're all going to die. We're all going to get older. We're all going to die. Yeah, I don't want to scare anybody, but this is what's going to happen. So now knight e5 is a good move. I'm going to trade. Put the rook on d1. Position's equal now. But to be honest, I was studying this line a lot, and so I'm writing a course how to beat the French, right? There is no way that White can get an advantage against French. No, like the serious way that White can get an advantage, or against any opening for that matter. Yeah, so he's played all the right moves. So the problem is that I need to think deeply about this position, because there's also Bishop F6 is a threat as well, potentially. Maybe even Bishop B6 last move was a better option. Maybe even Bishop B6 here. It's not stupid. I'm going to try Bishop B6. If he trades, takes an F3, I'm not too bothered. He probably will, but doesn't have to. Because Bishop D8 is also an option. You might well consider. Bishop D8 is probably a good option. Wow, that move I really didn't think about. I guess because I was thinking 95 would have been good, but 95, he's right, 95 doesn't quite work. 95 actually is not stupid. Bishop take, King F8, Bishop B7. But you probably don't want to do that. But then Bishop E2, there's also Bishop D5, right? Bishop D5 is maybe a good option. So if he trades, takes Bishop E6, I've got Bishop, maybe Bishop takes E6 actually, and Rook D7. Again, maybe no threat, but yeah, okay, so now I need to kick this now, Bishop. Okay, now I can do this. Rook D7, attack the pawn. He's got Rook B8 though. Yeah, I'm surprised at that. If I take Knight G5, it's got Rook E8. Don't think I'm better, but if I go B3, I guess B3 is the move, right? Just defend the pawn. Maybe G4 now, try and press the bishop. Just say, well, what's your next move? You got the pressing position, you can't break out, this is my plan. Maybe at some point, if Knight B4, then it's H4 here, it's King G2, just improve the king. Don't need to rush here, right? Got him where I want him. Yeah, 97. So he wants to play 95. There's Bishop A7 winner pawn, right? He's gonna have counterplay. He's gonna have counterplay Rook C2, which is more than a little bit annoying. There's Knight D4 here. Rook A2, Knight E6. Very unclear position. Yeah, Rook A2, Knight E6, Knight D5 is probably critical. Now, wondering about King G3 or King F3 is also possible. King F3. Maybe King E4. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to try and play solidly. If he goes A5, I have Rook B5, I think. He's got, yeah, Rook B5. He's got Rook here, but then Knight F4, I think. Maybe Knight F4 here. Okay, if I take here, he's going to go here, right? Very annoying. Maybe this. Just try and win this position somehow. Okay, should be good. Okay, I managed to finally get that win. Yeah, that was big win actually. Tough game, that one. Tough game. You really defended it really well. So I'm on 4.5 out of 7. Real grind these events, aren't they? So many rounds, right? And of course you have another pause after the next round. But yeah, it was a tough win. You know, I managed to somehow get it done. Geary just lost. Who did he? Maybe lost to Ronin because Ronin's now on 6.5. Yeah, he lost to Ronin. Yeah, accuracy. Wow, 96%. That's insane. 62 moves as well, which is crazy. Such a high level. Yeah, Daniel Naroditsky's got 6 out of 7. Yeah, I think events I'd really like to play is stuff like the World Blitz Championships, World Rapid Play Championships, stuff like that, right? European Championships. So I'm going to try and play European Championships later this year, which is in November. So I feel like I've gotten a little bit over the fear of flying. So that's good. So I'm going to try and play the European Blitz Championships, which would be in November. European Classical Championships, which originally I believe was slated to take part in Israel, but obviously because of all the problems in the Middle East, that's been cancelled. So they've relocated it somewhere like Macedonia or something like that. Not Macedonia, somewhere similar. Right, so now I've got FM Ramosha. Good luck, Ramosha. Okay, let's get it on. Let's get it on, baby. Right, I'm going to do something a bit weird now. We're going to go for knight c6. Getting fed up with theory, so let's just play weird stuff. Obviously, this is a fairly decent player, so this could well backfire. They seem to know what they're doing. Okay, here maybe. Bishop d3, I would expect, yeah, and then knight b4. Okay, for trade, it's actually d5 is interesting. Right. So I have knight d5. So I've got ideas of going bishop b4. Not worried if he's not worried about bishop b4, right? Fair enough. Bishop b4. That's not maybe I'm threatening to take, go bishop a3, but the problem is king b1. Interesting idea here is to take, go b5, but then they go knight f4, right? But I'm going to do that anyway because it's also c6 is an option. c6, just simply c, or even c5 takes queen a5, right? I think they want to go c4, right? This is why I originally considered b5. The queen e7 is also a move. Queen e7, king b2, knight b6. So c5, c4, there's knight e3. Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned about moves like that. There's also knight b4 there. It's starting to get very murky. Okay, I'm going to go with my original plan, which was b5, but I'm not convinced about it. So this is where I could take and go queen d5, right? And try and get some sort of attack, but maybe it doesn't quite work. They're still going to think about h4, so this is something I need to bear in mind. So queen a2 now. They want to go king d2 or what? Is it like f? I'm sure that move must be good now. It frees up my bishop. He's going to take the king, right? He's probably going to go king f3. Wow. So it's like f6 now. It's a c5 kind of. Right, if I take with a rook, maybe trade. Oh, don't tell me I've got the queen trapped again. I know, okay. Right. And I rook b4 or the queen d5. So I'm threatening rook here. Right. So it becomes a test of calculation. So queen d5, so now maybe a5 is also on the cards. If h4 was f6 as well. The h4 just got h5 is also possible, right? Yeah, so that's a decent move. So he wants to hide the king, right? There's queen a2, queen takes. I'm going to bring the rook into the game, so this rook's out of the game. Yep. They always defend so well, these people. It's ridiculous how well they defend. So maybe he wants rook d2. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. a5 maybe, a5. Hit the rook. Yeah, it's still not battling. But of course this pawn becomes weak. If rook d2, queen c6. That's my idea. Well, queen c5 maybe is better. So he doesn't have rook d6. If he's here, I can take this guy. So they're hitting this pawn. Fuck's sakes. Okay, take. If rook b5, rook c3, but then queen f2. Bishop e4 maybe. Rook a2. Yeah, maybe rook a2 is a good move. Rook a2. I think you try rook a2. Rook a2, queen b3, rook that there to b2. Maybe rook a2, queen c1's a move, but I don't really believe it. Not sure. Okay, I'm just going to take the pawn actually. And hope that somehow converts endgame. This also missed. Maybe he's missed the rook some priest. So should win the game now. I'm a rook up with an attack. Yeah, they had to trade, I think. Okay, it's still game on, but queen c3, same position, but rook up. Okay, bishop e4 now, which should be good. Fuck, I missed that. So he wants, okay, here, but there's rook d8, rook c8. Also threatening this. So queen e5 is an option. So queen e5, f4. Queen e5 anyway. Okay, now, oh, check. Okay, right, let's just come back here and be solid. Don't get mated. Okay, there's queen e3. Does this guy really think he's going to get a result here? Well, he's probably seen my games. I can't say I blame him. King h7. Okay, g6 should be checkmate. Right, we get the W, as Nakamura would say. I think I've played this guy before. No, maybe not. No, I haven't. Got a cute cat as a profile picture. Well, we got a bit of a break to the next game, so I'm out on 5.5 out of 7, which is a good comeback actually, considering I had a 0 point by default. So in actual played games, I've only dropped, sorry, 5.5 out of 8, sorry. I've only dropped 1.5. But then again, I've not played any of the top players. How do you review? Let's review the game. It wasn't a very good game, obviously. Yeah. Knight b4 was given an exclamation mark. Didn't like g4. Maybe a better move. What would be a better move than g4? Maybe just a3 or something, you know, just accept you're going to exchange. e5. So what's the lines? Yeah, a3 is one of the top moves, or king b, but here... Yeah, already I'm doing very well here, actually. I thought knight g5 was possible, but knight g5... Oh, there's some trick with knight a2, right. Yeah, I think it's obviously very bad to allow bishop e4 because now... Yeah, just c5 and then just play really active chess with queen a5, which is really great fun. The way I played it was crap, but still I'm better. And now definitely I'm a lot better. Like I felt like all this was very bad for him. Oh, actually, it was a mistake. I should have gone to c5. Wow. Yeah, because the problem is now you can go, yeah, f3. Actually, that was a good move, f3. But it's still a very bad position for white. It's this kind of thing, right? I mean, why am I not taking the pawn? That's just ridiculous. For some reason I was concerned about my queen getting trapped. Or maybe just take on b5. I wanted to defend d5, right? It's in general a pretty terrible game, but not that bad. I mean, I kind of controlled the game quite well. I was quite happy with the game in general. I mean, to be fair, even though it's only giving me like 86%, I think this is my favourite game of the lot. The queen e5, yeah. Well, obviously by this point it's completely dead, right? Okay, so we wait on the next round. Okay, so there's going to be a bit of a break. So it's British Championships, not next Thursday, but the Thursday after. So I've been playing that. I've also played a tournament in London, Mike Basman Memorial Rapid Play, which is next weekend. So I've got a couple of tournaments coming up, and then I have a break in theory until the Scottish Championships, which is mid-July, I believe. I'm not sure whether I'll try and find a tournament before that. If I win some prize money, I mean the thing is, you play the British, the English. It's going to be tough to win a prize because you know you got Adams is playing, Gawain is playing. The rest of the field is also very strong. You got Amit playing, Daniel Fernandez. You know, it's just very strong. Probably people like Shreyas and Bodhana will play as well, right? Bonham might be doing it. There's like a separate section for women players as well. Yeah, the Scottish Championships. It's not great conditions, to be honest. What I'm getting, I'm not going to say exactly what I'm getting, but it's not fantastic. Put it this way, and. I probably need to win it to even make any kind of profit, but it's just like this is what you get these days. Unfortunately, it's very difficult to get good conditions. Is what I said, because of rising standards. Unless you're truly exceptional yourself, you're not going to get good conditions unless you're like 2650 plus. If I play a tournament in Europe, even apparently there was a tournament recently where high 2600 players were having to share rooms, which is crazy, right? You're one of the best in the world at what you do, and yet you're having to share a room. I just think it's insulting. Would that happen in any other profession? If you had a golf tournament, you said, look, you know, Tiger, you got to share a room with Rory. It's just like, you know, it's stupid, right? Obviously, like the top chess players aren't having to share rooms either. I'm just trying to make the point, but I just think, like, you know, once you get to a certain level. I know, so actually, when I was playing Alicante, I was sharing a room with Keith, and there were a lot of other chess players who were sharing rooms. You know, you could tell that people would like hang around in groups. You know, I joked to Keith it was like an LGB tournament because there's always same-sex couples sharing rooms, right? But you know, to be honest, in a way, it's not so bad sharing a room because you got someone to chat to. Like if you're in a room by yourself, you don't really chat to anyone. Yeah, I might socialise with Keith down a bar or whatever, but you know, or go out for a meal with Keith or somebody else. Well, there would have been anyone else there at that tournament because it was just Keith was the only person I knew socially. But you know, other tournaments, say the British Championships, you know, you're kind of by yourself a lot of the time, right? Whereas when you're sharing a room with people, you're kind of interacting, you're doing a little bit of chess together, you're looking at games together. So there's upsides as well to that. It's not all negative, but it's just not ideal, you know. And I think the bigger deal rather than sharing a room is the fact that so many tournaments now 2 games a day. That to me is like a bigger problem because I just don't think that's very enjoyable. Playing 2 games a day, it's stressful. You know, the English Championships is 2 games a day. Why are the ECF not able to secure sponsorship where they could play a tournament over 9 days? A proper English Championship over 9 days with sponsorship, with decent conditions for the invited players, because they regard it as too expensive, right? They haven't got any sponsorship, so therefore we're having to endure not great conditions where you're playing. You get your hotel, which is great, but you're playing 2 games a day. It's not very enjoyable, you know, it's stressful. So there probably will be strategic draws as well. People will draw quickly. I don't think Sophia rules in these events, so people will draw quickly in some of the afternoon games, you know, just to save some energy. Yeah, stuff like that will definitely happen. I mean, in Alicante, you could take up to maybe even 4 buys. I think there was the option to. Possibly even if you were getting conditions, you could take that many buys. But I decided not to take any buys. I think, to be fair, most people just didn't take buys. Like, most people just... Because it was... The problem was, as soon as you took a buy in that tournament, you really out the running for prize money. I mean, I got 6.5 out of 9, which was a good score, but I didn't win a prize. Even though the weird thing was, I worked out if I got 7 out of 9, I still wouldn't have won a prize. I think Keith got 6, which is also a good score. Again, yeah, didn't win a prize. I don't think he won a senior prize either. There were senior prizes. There were no rate. I don't sure there were rating prizes. Not for us anyway. I don't think. Maybe there was an under 2400 rating prize. It wasn't great. But yeah, if you took buys, you're basically out of running for a prize. You weren't going to win a prize like if you took a buy. So it was no real point taking a buy. If you're just there for a holiday, like play a holiday tournament, then take a buy, go down the beach or whatever. But the problem was you were staying in a town which wasn't that great. It was a nice little town, but there wasn't much there. And we weren't actually in Alicante itself. I mean, in Alicante, you'd be more like tempted to take a buy because you go down the beach. But like, you'd had to get a metro to get to the beach. So it's like half an hour trek. Or a bus. Or whatever, or a taxi. You have to take... maybe even train station as well, actually. But anyway, I've got Shirov. Oh, good luck, Shirov. I've never played Shirov, actually. There's a legend of chess. Right, what should I play against Shirov? I'm going to try and bore him to death by playing 1e4. Oh no, he's gone e5. Maybe I should play the King's Gambit against Shirov. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Yeah, I hate this line. I really have a bad record against this line. Okay, I'm going to go knight c3. I think that's the main move. Now I'm regretting not going d4. Yeah, this is all theory. Yeah, d5, right? So this is a line where you take and then you go... I think you can also go knight g3 here, actually. Maybe that's not a very good move. It's e4, knight e5, right? Bishop d6. I remember looking at this many years ago, but it's a long time since I looked at it seriously. I looked at it like over 20 years ago. But yeah, there's a problem like with a lot of my theory is that, you know, I'm not kind of okay if d3. Yeah, maybe d3, right? Okay, see. Oh, okay. He just wants to go for the c3. Right. Okay. So take. So if I go bishop c6, can I go bishop c6 here? Because if he takes, I got like knight d4 or queen c4 checks. I think if he takes there, I take back the bishop, right? So I think he'll take on c6, yeah. So knight d4 has got queen d4 actually, which I missed earlier. There's queen c4 check, it's got queen d5. Maybe I'm okay there, I don't know. If he goes king h8, there's knight e5, but he's got, yeah, queen d5, this is what I expected. Okay, so if I take, he's going to take back, probably with a pawn, right? Take on b4, take on f3, he's doing quite well. If knight d2, yeah, maybe this isn't that great. Knight d2, I could play, I'm going to try knight d2. I'm a bit worried about moves like e3. I'm probably going to try and castle. But the problem is he's got like, well, it depends on where he puts his bishop. Like bishop d6 I think he'll play. Bishop c5 also decent, right? Okay, could trade and go knight b3. Maybe that's the most solid. The problem if I castle, he takes and goes bishop a6. Okay, not a very good option. We're going to do this. So bishop e6, bishop e3 maybe. But the problem is then he takes and goes knight g4. Okay, he's also got that. So he wants to go knight g4 or c5 or a5, right? What's the pawn count? Is level, right? Level pawns. And this move I also missed. That's kind of a nasty move actually. Okay, rook d1. If knight g4, bishop e3, I have to try. Bishop e3, not what I want. He takes. He's better here, but maybe I can survive. If c6 is knight e4, he won't blunder that. Oh, he has, rising. Although maybe it's not that great. Maybe he's fallen into the Cormali, you know, just making. Well, he's got bishop e7. He's still got a very good position. Now knight c5. There's bishop c4. Yeah, so someone on knight c5. I could just go maybe. Yeah, I'm going to go here. If he goes bishop d3, is there knight e6 there? Alright, rook f6, there's knight d4. Let me try and go knight d2. Rook f. So tough when you play these guys because they basically just keep putting you under pressure, right? Okay, I'm going to try that. Okay, rook f1 maybe. Try and trade a pair of rooks. It's got rook b8 maybe. Maybe knight b5. No, knight b5. Yeah, it's actually possible. If I trade. Okay, I could take and go knight b5 actually. And he's got rook b8. So knight c7. It's got rook d8. Here's 96. In knight c5, he's going to just move up the pawns, but maybe I have no choice. Takes, I take. He's going to go a3, of course. But a3, knight d4. Then bishop g5, right? Tough game, this. Well, what you expect when you're playing against a world-class player, I suppose. Yeah, I'm suffering here. This is suffering big time. Good game, though. Good game. So somehow I need to attack this pawn, but I can't do it. So maybe here, and then... This is real suffering now. It's got bishop b1. Ah, that move I missed. Yeah, I resign that one. Well played. Good game, though. Not too unhappy with that. It's just the opening. I don't seem to get the opening right in this whole line. And somehow I lost my extra pawn. I won it back later, but not in a way where I was better. What's the review? So d3 was a good move. But then this is all, but bishop c6 is a blooper. Maybe queen c4 is the move, actually. Yeah, or even bishop c4. So I've sort of felt there was something in this. Yeah, knight g5, yeah. Even knight e4, wow. Really? Oh, right. Course castles, yeah, very nice. Bishop c6, yeah, this is crap, what I did here. This is really garbage. See, even when I won the pawn later, I wasn't better. Maybe, I'm not sure I was worse, but he sort of blundered right here. Yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit better here, but it's a tricky position. And practically easier for black to play, probably. Bishop c4 is a good move. Yeah, and then I was kind of just sort of draw begging here with knight d2. Knight d2 was a bit weak. Yeah, and I went rook f1, which wasn't terrible. But yeah, if you need more time here to work out where to put the knight, I think I put the knight on a bad square. I missed a4 actually. Very good move. Yeah, so it was a decent battle, but unfortunately lost that one. Well done, Alexei Shirov. A great book that he wrote, which was called Far on Board. He was talking about this Kasparov Kramnik match and how he'd actually qualified. It's totally ridiculous that he wasn't allowed to play against Kasparov. I mean, really, Kasparov was pulling all sorts of tricks, right? And obviously his relations to Kramnik, he was very good friends with Kramnik back in the day, but his relations with Kramnik collapsed after that. And it's quite sad actually. He was talking about how, you know, he had to pay these people like Sutovsky, who was like his second, that he'd agreed to be his second potential world championship match. Kind of sad in a way that you had that was at the peak of your chess career. You know, you're potentially playing a match against Kasparov. Although the whole Kasparov short breakaway from FIDE was all a bit artificial and superficial, contrived anyway. So it would have been part of that. So there wasn't a real world championship, because the real world championships was FIDE world championships. It was recognised by FIDE. They basically just created their own world championships, which was sponsored by PCA Intel, and put it on in London. 1993, short lost. So Kasparov then played Anand in 1995 in the World Trade Center. I believe it was in the same floor where they had this restaurant called the Windows and the World, which is a famous restaurant they had in the... Okay, anyway, I'm babbling. I've now got FMD Connor. Right, I've got to finish. Is this the final round? There's one more round after this, actually, right? Let's try and get to 7.5. So I've got to win the last two. I'm going to play the Okay, c6. Right, I play this a lot, but it's not very good. This guy's quite decent, but I think I've played him before. Have I played? I'm pretty sure I played this guy before, right? Yeah, I've actually played him before. Right, this. Maybe not the best move. So if they trade and go a4, that's also an option. Then b4, knight b5, queen b6, right? If knight d2, bishop b7, I think I've had this before, but it's probably all a bit dubious. Because obviously it looks very suspicious to have this diagonal. So bishop b7 now, control the, yeah, a4, again b4 probably. So I want to bring the knight out to d7. Okay. At the moment he's not threatening at e4 because of b4, right? So I start with this. He may well go a3 now, so that he's threatening e4. He wants to be. Maybe I should have gone b4 the last move actually. Yeah, so that World Championship match. I mean, is a move like 94 possible? Or is it just terrible? Because now I want to put the queen on b7. Probably start with rook c8 actually. Yeah, decent move. So there's also queen. There's also moves like bishop d5 hitting the pawn. I guess he wants stuff with queen b7 that's natural. Maybe he's going to trade and put the rook on c1. Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. Okay, maybe I'll just go h6. Am I worried about... I don't think I'm worried about him taking going queen e3 because I'm not going to always go knight f6. If he takes goes queen a5, I think I got a6. Moves like queen c8 or queen c2 also possible. Yeah, that's solid enough. I'm going to try and bring the knight round to f6. So if f3, it's true that f3 is decent. Maybe. Yeah, f3 is a good move here. And he's gone there, which is also possible. So if I go, if I take, okay, knight e4 looks natural. Okay. Oh, I blundered again, right? There's queen f5 though. The knight g5, queen b5. Knight g5 is also possible. There's also queen c6, but then he goes d5, right? So if queen f5, I don't like the idea he might be able to exchange queens, but I don't see anything against this move, so I'm going to go there. Because g4 doesn't work because of queen f4. So maybe I'm also threatening knight g... No, not knight g3, but I might be threatening moves like e5 or g5. This pawn is weak. Maybe sometimes I can go d5 and just block out his bishop as well. Yeah, so that's a good move. However, I could maybe go... so what's his threat? He wants to go f3 or what? No, he can't go f3. Maybe this... Because I think he wanted to go g4 there actually. I think that was his idea behind queen e3. Knight d3 might be played. But yeah, this is what I thought. It's all getting very tense now. It's queen d5. If f3 gets very sharp, knight g5, he can take on e7. There's moves like e6 here as well, just simply e6. Maybe e6 is the most solid. This pawn is weak. It's very sharp now. Looks like a boring position, but I think it's just very complicated. Yeah, so if queen d5, he's got moves like queen f3. If knight g5, h4 is possible. Queen d5, queen f3. Yeah, maybe queen d5 actually, because if she's got knight f4 again, right? Knight f4 back, which I missed. Maybe queen b7. Maybe queen b7. Knight f4, queen b7 is interesting. Because here I thought I had bishop d4, but maybe he's calculated he's got knight f4 or queen b4. Knight b4 he wants. No, he wants knight b4, right. If a5, it's got knight f4 again, right? a5. It's a scary move though. Yeah, I want to go queen back to b7. Try and go d5, right? Is he going to go d5 himself, I think, because of... yeah, maybe d5. Just plant the knight and then try and bring the queen into c7 or something. So knight e5 is possible. So queen c2 now. Okay, queen b3 is an option. I should be doing well now. Okay, queen back. Yeah, now this pawn is very weak, so I think this should be winning. Okay, clever defense. It's f6. H6 maybe. Oh, for fuck's sake, you fucking idiot! It's the second fucking time I've done this. This is the problem with this stupid increment. It's just like it's so hard to remember that. So there's this couple of games I just threw away with ridiculous blunders, like bishop h. Why am I going near bishop h6? I mean, he's defending it reasonably well, which I kind of expected, but I mean, it's so bad. It's just making stupid blunders like that. Just calmly play, and you know, you don't need to go bonkers. Why do I keep going bonkers? Even g5 is probably a decent move there, yeah. Bishop h6, well. But then the frustrating thing is the fact that he keeps getting extra time, right? Like, if he didn't have that, I'd probably won the game anyway, because he was so far behind on the clock and he was so slow. But it's just horrendous to keep... Because it's not a reflection of your play. You know, when you blunder like that, it's not a reflection of how well you're playing overall in the game. That's what's so frustrating about it. You know, I basically completely outplayed him the entire game, and I deserve to win. You know, this is my game to win. So if I'm making silly mistakes like that, what is the reason behind it? Might be a lack of concentration. I don't know. It's slightly worrying. I mean, Shirov blundered in the last game. He blundered that pawn, but that's not as bad a blunder as I'm making here. This is just, you know, there's no excuse for it really. It's very depressing because I completely outplayed him the entire game, and yeah, this guy's Russian, I think, because you know, when they don't have a proper flag, that means they're Russian. But yeah, that's just ridiculous. So that was another bad game, but I'll carry on. And obviously people are getting scary scores. They're getting 9.5 out of 10. This is why I need to play more often. I think if I play more often, I'll probably make less blunders. And maybe it's just casualness. Haven't played enough. Dennis Laznicki. But yeah, there's an issue where I feel like, do I even want to play Title Tuesday in the future? It's nice playing good players like Shirov. But you know that you're not necessarily going to play otherwise. But just demoralising the fact that I'm never up there, I'm never winning prize money. That depresses me. You know, maybe I prefer to be a big fish in a little pond sort of thing. Right. So these are always the critical games where you can easily forget about. You know you've had a bad tournament, and you just want to forget about the tournament. However, there's still one round left. It's still an important round, so I want to finish in style, right? Yeah, that's a decent move. Maybe I'll just go Bishop G3 is an option because I'm not sure he wants to trade, because then if he trades and then I take out a pawn, then obviously casting kingside becomes problematic, so obviously he's avoided that. So I'm going to go here. C5 is blundering the bishop, right? B6 is a reasonable move. Yeah, that move I missed, which I must admit is not a bad move. Okay, I'm just going to go E4, right? I'm getting sick of this game. I'm reasonably happy with my position. Queen E2, now I'm threatening to take the pawn. Okay, I'm going to treble O here. Feel like that's the way forward. It's awkward for him here because he wants to go B6, but that creates some kind of weakness. Yeah, it's decent moves. So E5, this moves like E5 is also E5 followed by G4 is an option. The only problem is he's going to go C5 later. So was that actually premature by me? Maybe I could argue C5, I could just go C3, right? Not really happy with this, actually. But at least I got to the end of this tournament despite all the disasters I've had. I don't rage quit. Rage quit is for cowards. Yeah, I never rage quit. I'm a geezer. I'm a proper human being. You know, we don't do rage quit. We play. Problem is, yeah, he'd like to castle queenside here, but it's a little bit awkward how he does it, right? Maybe. No, maybe not. Maybe knight b6 and bishop d7 is just fine for him. There's knight b6 g5, but here I assume g5 was good. There's also bishop b5. There's king b1, bishop d7, rook c1 is an option. I'll just try g5. Yeah, okay, so now I'm not sure if I should be trying moves like g6. Yeah, maybe I'll just try g6, right, and just play for the initiative. Just, you know, this is what Shirov would do. Our old friend Shirov. You know, he just go for the initiative here. He's just going to go for the kill. Doesn't give a shit. Yeah, rook h6. Moves like g4 here, which are interesting. G4, and if he takes, I take. Although then he can start to think about casting. So now I'm threatening g5, right? He can go queen f7 though. That is true. That is an annoying move as well. I'm not sure what he plays here. Queen f7, yeah, it's difficult to calculate because I'm sure if I've even got options of going knight g5 or taking. Yeah, so he's gone for that. If g5, okay, g5. So rook h8, rook h7, it might be rook h5, maybe. Spectacular move. Yeah, so knight h4 now, and then try and take this guy. There's an idea of going rook here and rook here as well, which is very interesting actually. Might be the best. I'm simply the best. Do do. Surprise! Oh, he wants Queen F5, right? And maybe this again because Queen F2. I think it's not ideal because of Rook F3, or maybe no Queen H. Yeah, Queen G6. It's Queen F2. There's also Rook F1. His Queen's trapped. This is where he's suffering for his lack of development, you see. Here, Queen F2, Rook F1. Okay, I was maybe so. Okay, but again, Rook F1. This is my idea, and then I fucking missed that move again. I'm always missing everything. Wow, this move I missed. If Knight G6. So I've had so many games like this where I've been completely winning, right? Or at least completely winning in a practical sense, but somehow managed to bungle it. Will it be another one like this? So now I want to take and go Knight F3. Okay, E6. If he takes Rook E1. Just keep playing for the initiative. Wow, there's Queen F5 now. Should be winning. There's moves like Knight F4. Yeah, I think he can't survive this. This like takes. There's Knight E5. Maybe Knight E5 is an option, right? Where's he going to put the Queen? Queen A4, B3, right? There's Rook C1. Okay, there's also Knight F7. I think this wins. Because if G5, no, G5, Queen F6 anyway. So this must be winning. Yeah, so I saw all this. No, I didn't see this. I didn't see that move actually. Maybe this. Yeah, and I got back over 27.70, which I think psychologically was. So I'm actually quite pleased with that. In some ways, that title Tuesday, even though you know, obviously I had a few downs as well as ups. You know, there was a couple of games there where I threw away, but you know, some of my, I think that game was good. There was a couple of games I was quite happy with. Let's have a look at that game. Obviously, nice to play Shirov, nice to play a legend like Legacy Shirov. He actually plays 4 in CO, actually, English Chess League. And I think he won every game until the previous weekend. E4 is not the best, right? But, you know, who cares? Who cares what the engine says? I'm happy. Yeah, this is all very good, actually. Yeah, I was delighted with my play. See, C3 is not the best. Maybe C4 is an option. And if he takes, right? What's it saying? C4. Wow, the best. What the fuck? That's crazy. The best move is B5. That's just ridiculous. That's just insane. I mean, here they are. It does open up your mind to what's possible. That's always fine when you analyse your computers. You should do your own analysis, but sometimes analysing your computers is good. You know, so if I go away and analyse a game independently, maybe I'm coming up with crazy moves like B5, right? Which are kind of like creative moves, I would say. It's not creative when a computer does it. The computer just thinks it's the best move. But it just looks like it's nice to see that moves like that are creative. If I take here, then Rook B8. Yeah. Good play for black. Good compensation. So I think this is. Oh wow! You actually don't even take. You go King B1 is the best move. I think. So it's giving this line. I think again the problem that black has is you can't really castle kingside because G5 is just going to be too strong. And if you start, it's awkward to play. For the start, it's slow to play Bishop D7. And the problem is you're opening up the C files. So that is a move actually. Yeah. So I don't think it's that bad for black. So it said I don't think C3 is a bad move, but actually, yeah, C4 was very interesting. So I love my G6, but the computer thinks it's crap. So I can just play on the queen side, right? It's creative but not very good. Rather than that B5, which was creative but good, my creativity, the computer thinks it's absolute pants. Depressing, right? I can't be creative. G4 though was a nice idea. This is where I quite like my play. Rook H3 was a really... I saw this idea, just trying to knock the queen away from F7. That was a mistake. Yeah, I just missed Queen C7. So I'm just lacking out a bit of sharpness today. Just missing just obvious moves. Yeah, then Knight F3. Yeah, this is all fairly easy to play. I think E6 was a good move. Like practically good anyway. Rook G1 is even stronger, but obviously if he takes now. So this is second. This is why I like this game. It's the second pawn sack, right? Breakthrough pawn sack. But the thing is, whatever happened in this game, the depressing thing is, maybe I'm reading too much into it, is I did not win the tournament. Someone else won it. I won fuck all money. They're going away, you know, rolling in cash. The missing chick is loaded. He's already won loads of title Tuesdays already. He doesn't need the cash. I need the cash. Naroditsky's loaded. He does loads of streaming. He's won loads of prize money. I need the money, man. These guys don't even matter. How do you win the money? You get better. So I need to get better, right? But how do I get better? I'm already a good player, but I'm not good enough. That's the depressing reality of it. So that's the point of the stream. I'm a good player, but I'm not good enough. Depressing but true. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. I'll try and upload it later. And it's been good fun. Very dramatic, interesting Title Tuesday where I got defaulted. Played Alexei Shirov. Made a couple of game-ending blunders. And yeah, good fun.